and see how this is. See if it's even harder than the previous one. And if it is, then we might go back to it. Otherwise, we might just try to do this for a couple hours. Okay, so stored image decoder. Oh, there is no story in this one. We get every single node. Oh, that's fun. So Zilby, you get I'll put you. Oh, Zilby's not even here. Never mind. That solves that problem. I didn't even realize that Zilby left. Okay, so read a length value from in. Read a color value from in. Draw a line of that length and color, wrapping when the edge of the image is reached. The wrapping is the hardest part here. Okay. So we know that you are, it actually says in the manual, it says that we are 30 characters wide and 18 tall, and that's it. So this is 30, 18. So if we receive, okay, so so 30 oh wait, this is weird. 36 and 2? That doesn't feel like a little bit more than one line. Hold on. Oh, the image console sandbox contains, okay, so maybe it's 36 and 22 instead of I thought maybe it's 30 and 18. So the standard TA, okay. I think this is 30 wide. Okay, so hold on. Let's just try this. Let's if I move 36 to ACC, I then want to, let's move oh, I forget how does this work? I want to draw a single pixel, draw a single white pixel in the top left corner of the module's display. No, draw a horizontal red line. Okay, yeah, so I give it a 0, 0, and then a whole bunch of X's, and then -1 is the end of the thing. So we're gonna do move zero down, move 0 down. So we start with the top left, and then I want to move this is 2 down, sub 1. The better Owen, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, Zachtronics is good. I couldn't figure out the very last puzzle though. This is the last puzzle. The second to the last puzzle has stumped us. And so I skipped it after going for like several hours on it. And this is the last one. Hopefully this isn't as bad as the previous one, but it definitely could be. I want to experiment though with the length to sort of see how many 36 really is. Like, is it that far? Like, what is our length here? So sub 2 down, we then sub 1. If we're greater than 0, jump back to run. Otherwise, if we're, and let's just j-arrow -1. Just like, don't, just come back to here and don't do anything. Okay. Oh, and then I have to do and is move -1 down, and then that. So if we run you, if you're equal to 0, go to run. Oh, greater than 0. Okay, so that's 36 across. Let's try 18 across. Interesting. Okay, so that's 18 across there. So if we do 36, so this penultimate one, sequence sorted, is definitely the hardest puzzle in the game. This one isn't easy, but nowhere near as brutal as that one. Okay, yeah. So that's the one we ran into trouble. So if we go back to this one, sequence order, this is what we got. I'm able to get the lowest of the first sequence in here, but then getting the next one and resetting this is our problem. And I'm not sure how to do that properly because I don't have room to get everything from this stack back up to this stack and then start it over again, which would allow me to do it, right? Like, I think if I were able to do that, then I'd be done. So I think I'm close, but like still really far away. Which is unfortunate. The better Owen, have you played? Did you play all these? Did you solve them all? I think we have 30 across, right? So if I do 29, it should be, that's the end. Yeah, okay, so if we have 30 pixels across, so 36 is, I don't know why it's showing, this is so much farther. This doesn't feel right at all. So if I want 36 across, it's actually down here. It's going to be just to like here. It's not going to exactly equal to that. Okay, you did, but sequence order, you skipped a few times and eventually came back and solved it. It took a fair few attempts. Oh, the next line is the same color. That explains it. Okay, I wasn't even looking at the next line. That explains why that looks like that. Okay. So, okay, good. All right, so how do we want to do this? We know that we're 30 across, and so we have to switch to the next line down as soon as we hit 30. But also we're starting sometimes in the middle of one. So that's okay. So we basically need to get the XY of our start and then move on there. So we have two choices here. We could either do 1 pixel at a time and then do our math of like subtracting as we do it, or do like the entire line and then sometimes going to the end and resetting or not. It might be easier for us to just do 1 pixel at a time every time. So if we take in, okay, so our start is Do I want to do something like start X, start Y, and then we sort of grab that? I kind of want to take in the color and just send that out here, and then we'll do the like send that all the way around here as like just grab the color. So like if I were to do move up to ACC, that would be our length. Move up and just send you. Okay, so that's our color. Then I'll probably have to do some fun things with like looping or counting to make sure like, okay, we need it again for the next time, but I'll deal with that as we need it. Okay, so for you, we start, okay, so where's our XY? So what if we have we have our ACC here. What if I just send this down now, right? So move ACC down. So this is our the length that we need. So if we want to now grab our current, like the X and a Y, so if I move up to ACC, so that we store it. That's how much length we have left. I want to maybe like ask left, get me my X and Y. Once I have my X and Y, I can then just send that along. And then I guess we can sequence end it with a -1 when we reach the 0. No, when we reach the end of the line. That's gonna be the fun part. So if I ask you, you know what? Almost like I don't care about how much of this sequence is left. The X and Y is just constantly increasing. So let's say we have this as X, right? So you're going to be our X. You're going to be our Y. And we just want those to constantly increase by 1 all the time. So if we start, I need to, okay, we need to start, we're starting at 0, right? So I want to move 0 to ACC. I want to save that so we don't lose it. I then want to increase, no, we want to send that one down. We do want to send it down. I wonder if I want to start at -1. And then we just increase it from there, and that way the first one is 0 that we get back. We want to increase it by 1. Or rather, we want to just send it down. So, okay, so we save you. we move ACC down. So that's here's our current X, where we're currently at. Then I want to increase U, so we're going to add 1 to this. We're going to save it. We're going to sub 30. If we're less than 0, we're on the same line. Otherwise, it's a new line, so we want to reset and we jump. So actually, okay, so if we're greater than 0, so jump greater than 0, we jump back to start, where we start back with ACC of 0. We save that, and then we move you down. So really, this is going to be run. Otherwise, we jump back to run. So then we have our move up to right. So on, before I do anything else, let's reset you. I don't care about color right now. I just care about left and right. I also like giving these all labels. So we're going to start with that. Okay, so I want to move left. To, let's say, if we're just doing this, we're going to move left to ACC. I want to see this go up to, oh, no, see, I started with -29. That doesn't seem to be right. Okay, so start with 1, we add 1, we save it, we sub 30, that's -21. If it's greater than 0, we start again. Otherwise, I don't want to jump run, I want to swap again. And then jump run. Then that's 1, 2. Okay, so then it goes up to 30. And then back down to 0 again. Okay, so that's exactly what we want from an X and Y perspective. One of the things which is cool with TIS 100 and a lot of the Zachtronics games is how many ways there are to solve the same puzzle. It genuinely feels like a creative endeavor. Watching your approach was massively different than mine, but still seems like a totally valid way of tackling it. Oh yeah, it's like, well, it is programming in that way, right? Like there's so many ways of solving everything, and there's no one right way to do it. That's, I think, the best one is like, you can't, I mean, the people will argue that like there is the one right way, but not really, right? If it solves the puzzle, it solves the puzzle. There are certainly different I think one of my favorite things is there's 3 different optimizations that they have, and so you're not going to be able to do them all. You can optimize for code, you can optimize for speed, you can optimize for like memory usage or whatever, but that's not, none of those, you can't do them all at the same time. So that's also really good. Okay, so this gives me X, and the X is constantly doing its thing. Now for Y, I want to, we're gonna have our start. We're gonna move 0 to ACC. We're gonna save it. We're gonna have a run. So this is pretty much exactly the same thing, right? Except we have, I am never gonna have to go back to start again, am I? Because this is gonna go all the way down and then we're done. We don't have to do it again. And we do, so here we just move 0, so we start with 0. So actually, because of that, This is actually easier, isn't it? I don't even need, we just move ACC up, add 1, and then we do that. So now we move up right, and then we're gonna move down right. Oh, but no. I only want to move this down right every time we hit the end of the line. So when this is 0, after this becomes 30, then I need to get the next one. Oh, and there's one hidden puzzle called Illegal Eagle. No, I don't think I have. I don't see anything in here. Is that only something after I get it? Like there's the directory, which is, these are user made puzzles, which is interesting, but I don't want to go through everything else. Specification editor lets me make my own. These are the game puzzles. My guess is that there's something that opens up after every single one is done. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, if you go, so nothing ever told me that I could do F2. Interesting. Okay. Tampering the memory contents of this device is a violation of the law. It must be promptly. Okay. The Quantum Information Science Lab. That's interesting. That feels like I should memorize that. I'm not going to. What did that do? Did that do anything? I don't think that changed anything that I could see. Oh, you click the eagle. Okay. I don't want to do that right now. I want to try this one first. But that's good to know. So we'll have to remember to do that before we end everything. Okay. But thank you for that, the better one. We'll go through and we'll do that one later. I wonder if they would ever tell you about that, or if that's only something you discover. Okay, so I need to only grab you after this is 30. Okay, so what if you're concerned? Okay, so what if we, instead of this, we do move up ACC. We move ACC right. We're gonna sub 30 because we know that's how wide it is. If you're less than 0, no, that won't work. I need Y to reset itself. So instead of doing something special like that, we're going to move up to ACC, move ACC right, move ACC down, and then move down right. So that way we're going to get, okay, so move. Okay, so we start with 0 here. So we know we have that here. We're going to move up to ACC. If we're, okay, so then we're going to sub 30. If we are if we're greater than 0, then new line. Otherwise, we stay on this line. So if we're staying on this line, we are just going to swap And here, let's just to make it more obvious. Same line. We're going to swap. We're going to move ACC up. And then we're going to jump. Let's swap back again and jump to start. For new line, I want to swap, add one. We're going to move ACC up. And then I have to swap. Okay, I would have to swap again, but okay, let's do that. Move ACC up, swap, and then we go back to start, right? But this move ACC up, I'm doing this twice. Really, the only thing with a new line is I'm adding one. So if you're less than 0, then it's time to if you're less than 0, that's because we're greater than 30, I think. Let's see. Okay, so sub 30. So if I'm like 0, minus 30, we're less than 0. Oh, it's not time for new line yet. So if it's greater than 30, if we move to the next one, it's a new line. And all that means here is we just add one. And that's it. So this one then goes to same line. In same line, we added one. Okay, so then down here we're going to oh, I don't want to. Okay, I want to swap. I do need to sub 30. We need to swap here. Add one. Oh, but that's a okay, that's a problem. Is in this universe, I have it swapped already, and then in this one I don't. So that's obviously a problem. How do I do that? Why are you yelling at me constantly? I don't need you to do that. I have my Mac over here and it's like sleeping, but it's like it's now telling me over and over again. Can you see the Steam alerts? I should like figure out how to turn those off. Okay, you can't see them. Okay, good. Only I'm bothered by them then. Okay, so we move up to ACC. So that's our X. We move our X up to ACC. We sub 30 from the X. If we're on, if that's less than, it should always be less than, if it's equal to 0, we're at end line. If we're at the end line, that means I want to swap. Oh, no, yeah, I want to swap, add one, save it. And then I guess go to the end. So Okay, otherwise we're going to jump to end. And here I just want to do swap. I saved it so a swap won't matter. And then I can just move ACC up. So whatever we are at that point in time, and then at the end of this, we go back up to start and we do this over again. So if I do this, okay, so we move, yeah, then move down right. Okay, so move left to ACC. Let's do move left to ACC. We'll save it, move left, ACC. Okay, so now doing this over and over again, we should see backup increase for X's and then the ACC be the Y's. That's not right. What's going on? Jump to, wait a second. Okay, jump to end. I swap, that's 0, move that up. Okay, so now I'm on line 1. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay. So I think I need to swap and then save. We need to save twice here. There, okay, so now this is increasing. Am I getting zeros between those? I feel like there's something weird going on there. Maybe not. So 1, yeah. Oh no, you know what? I think it's actually okay. It's because like I'm moving that and I'm losing it. I think it's actually okay. So I think we have our X and Y correct now. So that's just constantly, it's going to do its thing. So I can grab our X and Y each time. So the first one is X and the second one is Y. And then we're going to get the color from that. So if I do I need to save this? We're going to get the oh yeah, I want to do the color here. So we're going to move up to ACC, which is the length. So I probably just want to move up, down. So move the length down, move the color right. So here's our, okay, we have our length now. I want to move the, let's, we're going to save, I need to save this. So do I need to save it? I don't actually know if I need to save this. All I need to do is then start subtracting and sort of like moving through and then go through our loop with this. So we move up to ACC, and then for each one of these, I want to get our X and a Y. And so I could just send that down or to the right. I don't know if it matters. Let's send it down, let's say. So move left, down, move left, down. So that's our X and a Y coming down. See here, our X and a Y. So start. The way this works, we get X, Y, color, -1 for it, essentially. So we're going to move up, right, move up, right. We're going to move left down, move left down. Oh, I need the color for this, so we're gonna do move left down, move up. Okay, so this is where I need to keep the color, don't I? I can't have this be separated because I don't know when to end it. So I kind of need to do move up, down, move up, down. So down to here. So we move up to ACC, and that's the length, right? We have to save, move up to ACC. And now we have color here, and then our count here. And then we're going to switch into run mode. When we're running, I want to swap it so that way our count is here, and we're going to then move left down for X and a Y. I want to wait, I had my color already, so hold on. So then I can just move ACC right, let's say, for the color. I want to swap. I want to sub 1. If we're greater than 0, jump to run. Otherwise, we go back up to start and we start over again. Is this set? Definitely not. I'm off. Oh, those are weird colors. Yeah, I'm definitely doing weird colors with this. Okay. Okay, so I'm let's see. So we move up, which is the length. So move length up to here. We save it, so it's here. Move the color here. Then when we run, we have the color here, right? So we move X down, Y down, move color to the right, swap it, sub 1. If we're greater than 0, move to run. Oh. But now we have the color. We don't have the right thing here. Is that what it is? So I move the count, move that, we swap it, we sub 1, go to run. So X down, Y down. But now I say move 35, which I need to be the color to the right. That's our problem. We need to swap again. So instead of okay, so if we run again, Oh, really? Okay, so I kind of want to do the opposite way then. If we're greater than 0, we're still going, right? So if we're less than 0, or if we're equal to 0, we're done. So we want to jump back to start. However, if we're this, we're going to swap again and jump back to run. All right, is this working? We'll see. Wait, am I off by 1? I think I'm off by 1. I might be off by 2. Okay, but the general idea is right. Like it's actually running through and trying to do it, but I'm off by 2, which then is throwing everything else off. Well, I'm either off by 2 or I'm off by 1. So if I sub 1 here, I think I need to be less than 0 to go back up to start. The stacks are a lot funner to watch. Okay, I think we've got it. Let's see whether or not the white is exactly right and we end on this line correctly. And if we do, I think we got it. Oh no, we didn't. Oh, now we're off by 1 in the wrong direction. Oh, should we be equal to 0? Did I do greater than 0? No, I did. Equal to 0. Well, this one looks correct. It's just like here, it's not doing the right thing. Oh, am I off by here a little tiny bit? Wonder if this needs to be like equal to 0. Go to start. Ooh, no. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so if it's no, okay, wait a second. I would need to do a different logic. So if it's great, oh wait, no, if greater to 0, go to start. Oh no, but I could still be off by 1, no. So if it's less than 0, we want to not go to start, we go to run. It's like we go to continue. In which case we swap and we jump to run. Otherwise we go to start. Wait, that's like that. I don't know, my brain is starting to fail to do math by ones. Oh no, that just continues on forever again. So that's not working. Yeah, so I think we had equal to that. Doda, hello. How are you doing today? So we're off by this amount. So I'm thinking I'm off by one somewhere. And I'm off by one in Y's? Like, is that fine? And then the Y's is not right? Okay, so I kind of want to... I want to go into the end and then see what the values coming out of here are. You have the most meeting mangled day ever, or tomorrow ever. If you remember right, you have a series of meetings with 1 hour breaks between. As a bonus, sometimes there are 30 minutes. I am a big fan of stacking meetings for my team. Like when I was running teams, I would like try to say like, okay, all of our meetings are 1 day of the week, and then we'll just have them all in 1 day, and then the rest of the week you're free to like just focus. That's so much better. Like, I'm a dev. Can I demand they don't do this to you? If you have a good manager, you can talk to the manager and they should be able to figure out something for you. The worst is meetings that there's no point in you being there. Like, if it's something to do with the project, if it's something to do with like that it's going to affect what the end result is, oftentimes it's important for us to be there. If it's just like a meeting about something unrelated, who cares? Okay, you already complained and they removed them. Nice. Okay, that's good. The problem that I've noticed with non-technical people is they're not used to that, because they're thinking, oh well, I just do email, I do my stuff in like my segmented blocks, and I'm able to, and you know, it sucks a little bit with the context switching, but I can do that. I think that a lot of people that don't ever code don't realize how much harder it is to get back into flow from or maybe they don't realize how important flow really is to coding. Okay, so here we are. We're close to the end. So I'm moving. Okay, so we're at 30 going to the right. So we sub 30. Okay, we're greater than 0. Okay, so we swap, we jump, we send 30 down. Oh no, so we're still at row 29. Okay. Sub 30, we're at -1. So if we're equal to 0, we're not end line, so we jump to the end. We swap. We're still on line row 0, so we save that. We move ACC up. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we're at column 30 of row 0. So there's our X that went down, and now we're going to calculate our Y. So we move our 30 down. We sub 30. We're equal to 0. So we're at the end line. We want to swap, add 1, save, swap, save again, move ACC up. Okay, so now we're at 1. So, okay, I think this is correct. So that's 1 there. And then we're at 0 for X. So, I mean, that feels right. Oh, an ad break started. Sorry about that. I usually give warnings for it, but I didn't even notice that coming. Let's see. Ashkante, hello. How are you doing today? Versus managers who are used to thinking in 30 or 60-minute blocks, so that comes naturally to them switching context. It's good managers always think in context of the employees that are in their teams, right? You have to think about like the people that are actually doing the work, as opposed to thinking about like what makes it easier for me. Because like that's the entire point of a manager, is to enable the teams to do stuff. But I've met more managers who are more focused on them. Like, it's almost like they feel that their work is the important work and they optimize for their own work over their team's work, which is completely bonkers. Okay, so if you're not off by 1 and you're not off by 1, how are you off by? Okay, so are you off by how many is this off by? It's like off by 8 or so. Okay, so here. Yeah, so this first one is off by 1. Oh, what if you're off? What if you're not off by 1? So there's 2 in here. So, okay, there's 2 things going on in this first one here. Because it's 36 and then 26 too. Okay, so if the first time through is fine, but then the second time through is off by 1, am I not saving something through properly? Am I not resetting properly at the end of maybe? Okay, so here's our backup. So we're close to the end of the first 36 one. Oh, so now I'm getting the second 26 and saving. Okay, so is this really 26? So if this is 30, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that really 4? Hold on, let me try moving. Let's just move 4 down, 2 down. Are you subbing 1 additional time when switching the line in the middle block? Maybe down here, right? Maybe. Oh, I didn't want to. I wanted this to end. Okay. What if I do this? Move up, down. Move up, down. Move 4 down. Move 1 down. Move left. Right. That should cause it to halt here, waiting for that, and then we'll see. I'll be able to see, okay, what 4 looks like. Oh, so that's what 4 looks like. That's not very much. Or theoretic. Wait a second. That's theoretic. Okay, so what if I do? Okay, let's make sure that one line works, right? So we're gonna move 30 down, 1 down. I think you might rewrite Skimmis. I believe that I have something missing. Okay, so that ended right at here. So that's perfect. Now if I do 30 down, 1 down, if I do 31 down, let's actually make this like 3, so it's a little bit lighter. That should take me to the next line and then stop at 1. That didn't work. That's where I'm going. The next transition to the next line isn't working. So this was 0. So hold on. Okay, so I'm still at 0. Okay, so we're at 29. We're at the 29th column of the first row. And we send up 0 still for the Y. Okay. Now at 30. I'm at 0, so end line, swap, add 1. Move ACC up. Second sent out. And I send 1 down. Which makes me think that possibly this first left down that I do. Okay, this is not helpful. I want put the break mark here. No? I need to see what that value is. Put the break mark here. Wait, that happened so fast I didn't even see it. I want to see these go down, and it's like I almost want something like this. I want to see the numbers come out over here. Okay, so I want to get to the end. Because I'm wondering if I'm actually passing like 31 down. In which case the X would be the one that's off. Okay, so we're going to step. So, okay, 28 goes down. And then 0. And then our color. And then our -1. And then 29 as our X. Zero goes down. Oh, we're only 29 down. Oh, so I don't want... I need to sub... 29, not 30. So it's an off by 1 error, but it's by my understanding of the math of the indexes, right? Because it starts with 0. It's length 30. I don't go by 30. I go by 30 minus 1. Oh, wait. Okay. So you're still on 30, but you're on 29. Well, that didn't work. So do I want this to be if you become equal to 0? Then go to start on that one. No, because then you're off by 1 there. So then I would want you to be 30. But then you're not going down, you're not doing the second row. Is this not going far long enough for me? Am I if it's equal to 0, go to start. Should this be less than 0? Before I move on to the second one, maybe everything else was actually working the way it was supposed to, and I wasn't counting the number of ones I was doing correctly. No, that didn't work. Wait, so let's reset you. So you're greater than 0. Go to start, I think. Okay, so now if we try this again. So move up, down, move up, down. Let's see if this is happy. That is either off by 1 or I want to say it's off by 1 again. Yeah, we're off by 1 again. Okay. We're really close. We're still off by 1. It's off by so okay, we're thinking we're off by 1 with this. So we're like subbing 1. Ducklekna, hello. How are you doing today? We're playing a game called TIS 100. It's a Zachtronics game. If you've never played any of those, they're very sort of like engineering focused. This specific one is like very programming focused. We have to write assembly code to play the game. There's a couple of Zachtronics games where you have to like write code for it, but a lot of the other ones are more Factorio style, where you're building conveyor belts and you're sort of like mixing things to create like new things and then return those. Yeah, so like they have a Factorio style games a lot. Now this one is like actual code, which is very geeky, but also a lot of fun. This is the last official puzzle in the game. We skipped only one, which is the hardest puzzle, which was the one right before this, because we couldn't figure it out in many hours. And so the goal of this one is that we read in a length and a color, and then we need to print those out to here. And so this is all this room we have for our code, and this is what we've written in it. And so I need to write out the X and Y coordinate, the color, and then a -1 to end, and then we go from there. So that's what we're working on today. And we're off by 1. So basically, it ends this a little bit too late, like on either the first one or the second time through. I'm not completely sure. So I think the logic problem that we have is in here. Zachtronics, their programming titles are big and limited the number of lines of code you can do. Except Exapunks, which I've never played Exapunks, but I added it to my list because we heard today that it's really good. Okay, so if we have, okay, so I'm subbing 1. Now, if you're less than 0 start, go to start. Now, do I want to do something like, I think this is where we're also running into problems here. Yeah, so we're still off by 1, but now on the other side. So if I have this as jump, if it's less than 0, I'm off by on the right by 1. And if it's equal to 0, I'm off by 1 on the other side. So what does that mean? That means I should probably do my logic somewhere else. If we move, exponents is fun, similar to this, not limited by code. On the other hand, Shenzhen IO is similar to this, limited in lines, but also majority fun and very different challenges. I played a tiny bit of Shenzhen IO. It does look like a lot of fun. And it's, if I remember correctly with Shenzhen IO, the chain, it's much more graphical, and then the other big difference is that you can buy components that have larger code blocks in them, but then some of the challenges you have to stay within a budget, right? I vaguely remember some of it, but not very much. It's a game that we're probably going to play eventually when we get to it. So move left down. Okay, so if we're off, let's see. Okay, so this, we probably have to just redo this logic here. So here's my start. I move up. So this is the length. We save it. We save it to our backup. And then we move our then I move the color into ACC to our accumulator. Then we move into our run block. So we get an X and we send it down. We get a Y and we send it down. We move the accumulator, which is the color, to the right. We swap the color with our length. Then I sub down. Then I sub one. So what if I don't sub one here? Okay, so at this point, I sent the color to the right. If I do this at the beginning, can you step through and check whether or not you only get 0 through 29 for the X's every time? I think we checked that. Oh, we might not. Yeah, let's double check that. So let's move this first one here. Okay, so here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, we are off by 1 there. Oh, so maybe... Okay, let's keep that on so we can check it again. So you're off. So if I go 29 here, let's try this again. All right, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, back to 0 again. Okay, so maybe that was it? And then just everything, let's check to see this. Let's see how this ends up looking. All right. Oh, because now you're subtracting. Okay, so the Y's are off now. So hold on, let's now do breakpoint on that. So okay, we have oh, I'm waiting on you to send back up. This is the wrong place to put the breakpoint. I want the breakpoint to show me when you're about to send up. So move ACC up maybe, so I can see what ACC is. So 0. Okay, so when we're getting closer to this end, okay, so I still want the zeros. I move down. We're already wrong. So I needed to maybe 29 here. And see whether or not that moves us down to the next line properly. I think though maybe here is where my off by 1 is. No. Okay, so that send it down to the next line here when I didn't want that to. Now, are you off by 1 and you're going to go down here? No. Okay, so that's right. So if we're sub 29, if maybe we're less than 0, we're in line. Oh, no, that's not right. Okay, so greater than 0 end line. I need to actually do math. My brain is having trouble doing math, so now I'm just trying random things, which is not the best engineering mindset way to do it. Okay, so that's not right either, because I'm just jumping to end every single time. So if I'm at 29 here, so we get 29 down. If I subtract that, so I do want that to be, if you're equal to 0 on 29, oh, okay. So what if I want to move this up first and then I add? Maybe that's my problem. Is like I move up to ACC. It's almost like I want to move what we have up here first. It's like move ACC up. So just like, hey, whatever I have, I'm moving up. And then we're gonna have to. Okay, so I have to redo some of this logic. So hold on before. Okay. Okay, so I want to just start by moving what we have up. So we're gonna move ACC up. So we move whatever's in our accumulator up above to us. And then we have to run our calculation to see if we are on the next line. So should, next, like calc next line. So if we're calcing, I want to, okay, so we're gonna move IC up. We're gonna save that so we don't lose it. We're gonna sub 29. If we're equal to 0, I want to go to next line. If we're not on the next line yet, there's nothing for us to do, and so we jump back to start. If we're on the next line, we want to add but I swapped, so I have to swap, add 1, and then we're done, and that moves back up to start again. Will this work? No, because I never get what this is. I start by moving you up. I have to reverse this now. So instead of moving ACC down, we're just going to move down right and then move ACC down. Wait, why are you upset? You start moving up to ACC. ACC right. We move down right. Yes, then I sub 29. You aren't taking up to ACC in the bottom. Oh yeah, I'm not. Okay. Okay, so move ACC up. I need to, oh, so here we do move up to ACC. Now we sub. Okay, that's what I want to do. That's definitely not right. Okay, so I did not do that right. So if I start, we move whatever we have in our ACC and we save it. So we have our Y coordinate and we save it. We then move up to ACC, which is going to be our current X. We sub 29. If we're equal to 0, oh, but I can't, okay, so I can't jump to this. We have to swap before I try that again. There we go. Oh, that, I think previously there was a little bit of a jump. There was a little bit of a lag. So maybe this is going to work. Oh no, I'm off by 2 now. Or 4. I'm off by 3 or 2. I'm off by... You know, I moved the backup code. Yeah, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so I'm off by much more now. So we know that the left is going to 29 and then resetting, right? Like we know that that's working. It is. So we know that X is working. So it's clearly Y is not. So if I do that, now we can see, okay, 1, 2, so that's 4. Oh, it's not working the way, okay. Do I want there? Yeah, hold on. How do I see, how do I get the right breakpoint for like the Y going down? Okay, that's 0. Okay, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so 29 is going to here. And now 1 is down here. Okay. Well, that sounds immediately right. Okay, so 29 again. And now 2. So 0, 1, 2. Okay. That part now feels right. And then I think this is where this should be done now. And so we should be moving on to the next color at this point in time, which would be 3, I think. Oh, but we're off by 2 here. Yeah, I know the backup code. I deleted it when I was like, okay, I don't think this is gonna be useful to me anymore. Okay, so I think our X and Y is now right. So now we're off by 2 here. So this is 36. I want to count, I guess, that run runs how many times? So let's do this test again. So if I do 10 down, 3 down, let's do 31 times, so it should go exactly to the right one once. So it should loop around. So that goes, that's op at 1 there. So maybe if I do equal to 0 start, okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so now we go up, down, up, down. I think I actually had that initially, but assuming that the X and Y code is correct, I changed that and maybe didn't need to. Let's find out. That looks right. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, I think we got it because that one is exactly the right size, the right length. Yeah, all right. We'll let this go through the entire puzzle, have some fun with it, and then we'll put it onto fast mode. All right, yeah, I think this is I think this is the one. This is the one. This is definitely a much easier puzzle than that sorting one. Oh wait. Nope, okay. The black color was breaking my brain a little bit because like, wait, is it printing out? And it's like, no, it's fine. This is certainly not going to win any speed contests. I'm pretty sure that most the ones that are like going to win the speeds are going to actually calculate out each row and then just like print out like, okay, I can do like all 30 in one go. This is not that. This is just 1 pixel at a time, and it's fine. We don't need a high refresh rate. There we go. Okay, let's move on to fast mode. Ooh. Was that supposed to be an alien? That is a really cool like ending to the game where it's like, okay, we passed it and now the computer's staring at us. That was a little bit weird. I couldn't like tell what it was.